You are listening to the Cognitive Preference Podcast, where we explore the fascinating ways in which our brains process information, make decisions, and perceive the world around us. My name is Robert Brown. I'm here today with Francis Sopper, the originator of the Kairos assessment, which reveals how your brain prefers to think, listen, observe, move, read, and talk. You can take the assessment at kairoscognition.com to help you better follow along with the show. Today, Francis is talking about hiring and how our cognitive preferences play a role in that.
What we see is that what we call chemistry and hiring. Yeah, everybody says we want to get good chemistry. We want our team to have good chemistry. Well, chemistry means that you cognitively biased out anybody that makes you uncomfortable or you don't understand, or you somehow perceive as an other. And chemistry can be people like me. And one of the things, there are any number of cognitive biases in hiring that have been well documented. One of the things we see is that the cognitive bias in hiring is powerful and invisible. So when we do the cognitive assessment on a large group in an organization, you can see cognitive biases in subgroups around whoever did the hiring. And we also see the people doing the hiring are more likely to hire people like them. So the boss is very actively sequential. That boss is going to find people with a sequential preference easier to interview. And people who are associative preferent. Again, said, I once saw an organization of 11 people. The boss had the dual access, balance, associative, sequential. Everyone she hired was dual access, associative, sequential. No distribution at all across the bell curve. I've seen that happen a lot. I had one CEO who had the assessment done for 400 people in his organization, and he was a real data person. So we gave him a spreadsheet with all 400 people. He had this was his third company he had run. Some people had come over with him. Some had come over from the last company he'd run. Some had come over even from the first company he'd run. He saw the people who came over with him had a distinctively different set of cognitive preferences than the people he inherited in the organization. And then he could look at departments within the organization and see the subset of cognitive biases depending on the department head's cognitive preferences. So he could see clusters of similar cognitive preferences embedded in the organization, and he could link them to who hired those people.
Thank you for tuning in today to listen to our show. If you find value in these episodes, consider sharing this with a friend, a colleague, or a family member that you think will benefit. See you in the next episode.